Duggar Bobye Holt and her husband Jim gained recognition among TLC viewers when they provided testimony regarding Duggar's legal case for possessing and downloading child pornography. During the time that he awaited sentencing, it was disclosed that Callie Holt was his teenage girlfriend. Recent updates have disclosed that Jim Holt has been the subject of protective orders filed by Callie's mother and brother. Bobye and Jim Holt testified at Duggar's trial. Jim, Bob Duggar, and Michelle were on good terms with the family until they discovered Josh's confession of sexual assault on some of his sisters. The Duggars may have confided in Jim and Bobye, thinking they could keep the scandal within the community. However, Jim began to divulge more information than the Duggars might have been comfortable with. It appears that Jim Holt was regarded as somewhat of a hero by TLC fans. Certainly, he and his wife were allegedly keen to highlight much more than the courts required. Regrettably, Bobye Holt may have uncovered that her spouse was not as pure as he seemed. In April of this year, reports surfaced that she and her 20-year-old son, Samuel, requested protective orders. It has been alleged that Samuel filed his protection order in Washington County, Arkansas, and a temporary order was granted by a judge. Bobye also filed for a hearing, and the court has set it for May 8th. Now that it took place, more news has emerged. Jim Holt must stay away from Bobye Holt and her son for 10 years. Katie Joy of Without a Crystal Ball on Instagram has been following the story. This week, she updated on the outcome of the hearing in court. She said, a judge issued 2 final orders of protection against Jim Holt. The orders will protect his wife and son Samuel for 10 years. Apparently, domestic violence protection orders are issued for 10 years in Arkansas. Additionally, she said that the hearing is over but violations can be reported for further action. While there isn't much known about what happened with Bobye Holt, Jim, and their son, it seems clear that something of a violent nature went down. A follower, Rachel Frost, cited Lion Legal Service, saying, "To get an OFP in Arkansas, you have to meet the burden of proof that there have been violent acts/threats in the past and that there is a reasonable objective fear of violence in the future." TLC fans react in the comments. TLC fans mainly hope that Bobye Holt and her son can just be left alone to live their lives in peace. However, they belong to one of those strict churches, so others fear they might try and put her back in her place. One follower opined, and yet, their cult will probably tell them to just forgive and move on, and for Bobye to reflect on how she didn't fulfill his needs, which is why he misbehaved.